Sia. Oh, Sia. Sia says, I'm sorry, there's no other way to say this. My novel just sucks. Welcome to the club, Sia. You are now an officially a real writer by writing that down. I started with a new idea and lots of inspiration and so eager to get started to start my novel of 60,000 words. Well, here I am 5 months later trying to revise what seems like a 5-year-old kid's writing. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you, Sia, how many times I've said I feel like a kindergartner wrote this about my own writing. I have a total of 19,000 words of no story, no plot, no twists whatsoever, and everything's super cliche. I'm trying to revise, but I want to delete and redo everything because everything seems too cheesy. I don't have a single unique word in the span of my whole novel. First of all, I doubt that's true. But I followed the save the cat method, but that clearly is not working. I hate my story and I want to abandon it. But every time I think of doing that, my heart screams no, because I really gave 6 months of my life to this. I never missed a single day of writing, and yet it's just so bad. On top of everything, everyone in my family has their hopes up expecting my novel to come out soon. They keep asking when they will get a chance to beta read it. They're asking me what is taking so long and why I didn't finish it 4 months ago. It has come to the point that whenever I think about my book, I almost start crying. Oh, this makes me sad. Okay, so Sia, I'm gonna give you a few pieces of advice here. One is, it sounds like you've fallen out of love with writing, and that makes me very sad. And sometimes when we obsess too much about one story, about one plot, we tend to lose the big picture, which is that we're doing this because we love it. And if you're not loving this story anymore, if this story is not bringing you joy, I would say put it aside. And I'm not saying you to abandon it or neglect it or never look at it again. I'm just saying right now you are so close to it and it is causing you pain. And I hate that because writing is not supposed to cause us pain. It's supposed to bring us joy, right? This is creativity. It's our soul's work. And I fear that this is sort of sucking that out of you and not instilling it into you. So here's what I recommend you do. Despite what your family is asking for, because essentially writing is for you, I would say put this aside. Tell it very kindly. Tell the book, I'm not abandoning you. I'm putting you aside so that I can look at you with fresh eyes and that I can love you again, eventually. Put it in the proverbial drawer. Tell it you will come back for it when you are emotionally ready to deal with it, because you are clearly not emotionally ready to deal with it right now. And the farther you, the harder you push yourself when you're in this state, the worse it's gonna get. It's not gonna get better, it's gonna get worse. So I would put it aside. First of all, I would take about a week off. I would do, you talked about, falling behind on some of your exams and your schoolwork. I would take a week off, give yourself a chance to breathe, give yourself a break, do some schoolwork, do some, study for your exams. And then when you are ready to come back to writing, I would start on something new. And this doesn't have to be a big project, just maybe some writing prompts. Go back into the Foundations of Fiction course. There's tons of super fun writing prompts in there. Start falling in love with writing again. Get yourself creatively inspired again. Just diddle daddle with lots of whatever you can. Try a new genre. Just play. Because writing is, like I said, it's supposed to be joyful, and it breaks my heart that you're not finding joy in it right now. You will eventually feel ready to go back to that novel, and maybe you will fix it. Maybe you won't. I have a novel, my first novel, that I will never look at again because it's too painful, because it's that bad. And we all have those novels. Every single one of us has one of those novels. So maybe you will fix it. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll be inspired by a new idea, and that will be the idea. Regardless of what happens, nothing that you've done has been time wasted. It's been time spent doing what you love and getting better at your craft. Because every time you write, you are getting better. So even if that book never sees the light of day, no one ever reads it, it was a learning experience for you, and you proved to yourself that you could finish a book. And that is one of the hardest things to do. So that is my advice to you. Take a break, come back into writing with something fresh, fall in love with writing again, and then when you feel emotionally stable enough to go back to your other project, do. Because it sounds to me like that project is like a toxic friendship right now. That friend who talks about you behind your back and is really mean and says snide comments to you, and why would you stay with that friend? Because they're not bringing you joy, right? They're only hurting you. So right now, I think that friend needs to go away for a while, and you need to focus on finding some new friends, some new projects, and then maybe eventually, if you feel ready, you can go back to it. I hope that helps, Sia. If you enjoyed this video, we've got a lot more on writingmastery.com. Check the description for links to our blog, free writing tools, and more. Happy writing.